Welcome back. It's time for our discussion segment. A federal court judge has halted the Biden immigration policy that allowed spouses of U.S. citizens without legal status to apply for green cards and remain in the U.S. during the process. This policy, meant to avoid family separation, is now on hold after multiple states challenged it in federal court. With many Jamaican families affected, concerns are growing about the future of those who depend on this policy. Immigration attorney Shaku Clark joins us now with expert insight. Mr. Clark, welcome to CVM News at Noon.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Great. Now, given the current immigration climate, was this court ruling inevitable? Were you surprised by it?
No, definitely not surprised. This ruling came after 16 different states and notably Republican states decided to challenge this policy. Again, they are hanging their hat on the fact that it is an election year and they're seeing this policy not really as a benefit to immigration, but also a challenge to political lines.
Can you explain to our viewers what exactly this court decision means? Does it signal the end of the policy? Is it the writing on the wall, you'd say?
No, absolutely not. So in the judge's order, he said that this is a 14-day stay, which can be extended. However, during this stay or during this pause, USCIS or the Department of Homeland Security, they still will be accepting applications, but approvals will be halted. So people can still apply during this time, during this stay. However, there will be no approvals of these applications.
Right. As you can expect, there is some unease in the diaspora, yes? What advice would you give to spouses of U.S. citizens who are worried about losing their status? What steps should they be taken or taking?
Okay, so definitely if you were eligible for this type of parole, whereas you've been in the U.S. for over 10 years, you entered the U.S. illegally, and you got married to a United States citizen before June 14th, if you were eligible, definitely still apply, definitely still gather all the necessary paperwork, and do not commit any type of crimes or do anything that would jeopardize your admissibility and your eligibility for this type of parole.
Mr. Clark, this next question may call for a bit of speculation on your part, but humor me nonetheless. Why has it been so difficult for the U.S. to reach a consensus on immigration policy, you'd say?
Well, my personal opinion, it is 100% political, right? The red states or the Republicans, they hang their hat on weaponizing immigration, whereas the blue states, the Democrats, they weaponize immigration as well, but they use it in terms of a bargaining tool to get more votes. And this is something that, again, it's my personal opinion. So once there's always that friction, there's always that difference in opinion because they know it will benefit one party or the other. It's really hard, it's really challenging for both parties to meet in the middle, which in my opinion would benefit Americans and immigrants.
Mr. Clark, we value your opinion here. That's why we have to ask you this as well. Some Jamaicans living overseas are concerned that a Trump victory, the election is in November, could upend the current immigration system and reverse pro-immigrant policies. Based on what you're observing on the ground, what say you?
So this is 100% inevitable. This is something that I preach when I'm doing my podcast or sending out information to the public. A Trump victory, a Republican win, it will definitely be significant changes and more unfavorable changes to immigration. And I mean, this was noticed when the Trump administration was in since 2016. COVID was used to, since COVID was used as a means or as a tool to rescind many immigration policies and also implement new ones, such as an effort to rescind birthright citizenship. And COVID was also used as a tool to halt the ability for Jamaican US citizens to be able to petition for parents. So definitely with a Republican Trump win, we will see more attacks on immigration. Trump has said in his first interview that his number one priority when he goes into office is mass deportations. So definitely there will be immigration changes.
Mr. Clark, we'll have more conversation in the future, I'm sure. We're just talking U.S. immigration policy and how it may affect Jamaicans living in the U.S.